Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Good morning, good day to you guys. Peace and blessings be to all. Brothers and sisters, pray you guys are doing great. The sun is shining bright. So, I had to put these glasses on for the meantime. But anyway, man, I just came in here like always, guys, saluting, saying hey. Hoping you guys are doing good. Over here in Philadelphia, it's about 21, 22 degrees. Pretty cold today. Not that, but it's cold. It's cold. I mean, I'm used to it. Like a lot of you guys are. Live in cold states, you know how it is. It gets crazy out here. There's a question that was asked to me. I have answered it in the past briefly. And the question has to do with can you consult a child? And the short answer to that is yes, you can. Another question is, what about if the child is not present? Can you consult the child through the mother? Yes, you can. You would consult the child through the mother. I mean, the mother is the one that will be present for the child's consultation. It'll be consultation will be for the child, but the mother will be the representative since she's the one who bore that child. Now, another question was, why will you consultate a child? Whether the child is present, or the mother is present for the child, or the mother and the child is present also. Why would you want to do a consultation for a child? The child is a child. The child is 4, 5, 6 years old. The child, what could the child have done already in this life that they need a consultation for? And that's where some of us might not agree, and some of us disagree, and some of us might agree on the concept and the process of how we think and how we believe in our traditions and how we hold what we stand for and believe in. I believe in incarnations, right? So, having that said, and the belief in incarnation, some people say reincarnate. When you incarnate, I believe that the child that you consider a child, right? Because the body, it's of a young state, a fragile state. But the spirit in that body once lived already. How many times has it incarnated? I can't tell you. But if I'm gonna run a divination for a child, and you will ask yourself, why will you even divine for a child? It's for that reason. Because for my belief, if you want to call that, and my understanding is that child already have been here, already came, already lived a process of life, and through the process of life came back and reincarnated. So the reason why we would run do a consultation is to make sure that spirit that came back to live another experience in that child's body is not gonna hinder anything in this new process of life that they're gonna live. So that's how the other question that was asked. Okay, well, if you could look for the present and past, you can't look for the present and the future. you can't look for the past. Well, yes, you can. That's how you will look for the past of that child, because the past of that child will be the past life that that spirit had. So that will be one of the reasons why you will want to get a consultation to make sure that that spirit that incarnated again in that child, in your son or daughter, doesn't need to work on something, or doesn't need help on a certain aspect, and that spirit that reincarnated again or incarnated again, that would hinder the process of your child in life, and this new life that is living again, and this new process, this new cycle that spirit is living again. So that's how you will look. You could tell the past, because the spirit has lived and had a past. If it had a past with hindrance, then you will find a way to placate that, or make sure that that spirit that is incarnate, that came in again in the form of your child, whether male or female, you will find a way you will divinate and find out if there's anything that you need to do to help that spirit in progress and exceed the limitations that it had, or the problems that it had in the past. And you will know also if there was anything in the past of that spirit, and it would help you better understand that spirit that you have now with you, that is your child. It's a tongue twister, I know, but you just got to listen to what I'm saying, and you'll get some understanding if you analyze and see where I'm coming from. So that's how you will know the past of the child. Now, the present and the future is easier, because the child is already there. So it's really no difference, the child is there or the mother is there, and you could know the past, the present, and future. You could speak about that through whatever system you use in your divination. You got to understand that we are people that believe in ancestry. We are people of spirituality that believe, a lot of us believe in incarnations and reincarnations, and we're not the only ones. There are other traditions and other communities that believe in this system, American Indians, natives, we say Indios, even us, we believe in our ancestors and ancestors coming back. And even the Congos believed in this concept of incarnation, reincarnating and coming again and living another cycle, another process of life through a different body. You understand? So it's not a complicated thing to understand. It's actually something that is believed in a lot of traditions and a lot of belief systems. If you want to look into if you're a Christian, right, and you believe in the Bible and some of the stuff that is spoken about in there, you're going to find that even the Jews believed in incarnation also, and reincarnating. You understand? Also, but you just got to read carefully, and you will see that even they believed in that in there, if you're a Christian or a Jew. Life is just not coming into the world and doing whatever you want to do and leaving. The way you come in has a process, and it had a past. And if the past wasn't great, well, you want to find a way to help that newborn or that child live a better process of life at this time. that it came again. And if you have the option and the availability to do that, why not do it? It's your child. You want the best for it, right? So, these are things that sometimes people don't understand. People don't see it. People have a misconception that when you die, that's it. I said it a while back, and I say it again. People who die, what dies is your flesh, your body, your spirit. It still lives. And if the spirit did not live, then how could people, even in the religious community, believe in demons, believe in angels, believe in all these things and all these stigmatic effects and all these type of weird that they would consider malicious or bad, occurrences that happen all over the world? How could someone be living in a house and doors shut and doors slam and things drop and plates and cabinets open and noise and everything if there was no sense in belief in spirits? So they are alive. They're not dead. They have the capability to do all that. Then you can't consider them dead. We, as human beings, make our family members and friends dead. We are the ones who make them dead. We are the ones who say they dead because we forget about them. And once you forget about your ancestry, your friends, those people who have passed away, that their spirit is still alive, you are the ones that make them appear as they are dead because of your forgetfulness, because of your lack of understanding. Maybe you perceive them as dead, but they're not. They are alive. When you die, from my understanding, your body dies, but you transcend. You understand? And there's another life, which I haven't experienced it yet, but from my understanding, there's another life, another realm that we live, depending of how you left this process of life that you're living, will dictate or can dictate if you would go to that other world or you will come back and live another process in this world, or you might live another process somewhere else. You understand? And when I mean somewhere else, and some other world that we can't conceive, that we don't understand. Because if we believe that there's life here, we cannot be so ignorant and not believe that life can exist in another dimension and another galaxy and another planet, that's different than ours. Would it be the same as the way we are? Would it be people the way we look and how we speak and how our features are? We don't know. It doesn't have to. It could be totally different. Could be a type of species that doesn't even need oxygen to breathe. You understand? Like, we don't know. So we have to kind of think a little bit more out of the picture, think a little bit broad. I know that that as we've been taught as children coming from Christian backgrounds, I know that a lot of that, affects us because it kind of is ingrained in us to believe that if you do bad, you go to hell, and if you do good, you go to heaven. Hold on for 1 second. But in all true reality, excuse me for that, you have to try to do. You got to try to do away with that concept. That concept. It's a fear tactic. It's a controlling tactic that was taught to our people in order to control us. so we don't rebel against our masters. You understand? And it keeps on being populated and taught this way, and a lot of times ignorantly. Not even the ones who are teaching and who are spreading out this, or spewing out and spreading this type of belief. They themselves don't even know that this was a system of subjugating you, having you in control. You understand? And that's why we see a lot of different denominations of all types of churches and belief systems, and they all separated. They do not all teach the same thing. They don't get along the same, with each other. And sometimes I ask myself, the Bible says, right, that when Christ comes, he's coming for his church. And I said this before. If you are divided amongst yourselves, when Christ comes, what church is he coming to get? I understand that the church is not the building that it's talking about. The church is the people, right? That believes in him and is steadfast in him and has been baptized and received the Holy Spirit. Some people say they speak in tongues. How are you gonna be? So it's like, you always gotta do your due diligence and look things with a different perspective, and look at the way a lot of these things are written in the scriptures. A lot of these things are metaphors. A lot of these things are not actual people that actually lived. This is a teaching tool. It's a history book, and it's a book that has a lot of fables, a lot of teachings in ways for you to decipher, and that's why a lot of people have different interpretation of the Old and New Testament, because depending on how you see it, how you read it, and how you understand it, is the understanding that you're gonna get, and you're gonna deviate from somebody else, But there's no problem with that. The problem is when you are being taught a certain thing, and you yourself are not the one analyzing, and you yourself are not the one that is actually really researching and finding things out without somebody else putting things in your ear and in your mind. It's like you follow blindly, and following blindly is dangerous. But anyway, guys, short video, just wanted to come in to give you a little bit on that. I jumped into that for you to understand that we are not the only ones that believe in incarnation or reincarnation. I like to say incarnation rather than reincarnation, because a lot of people think that they believe in reincarnating also in dogs and trees and animals, and I don't believe in that. I believe in incarnation. You die, and it's a possibility that your spirit will come back again and live another experience, another life here on this planet or somewhere else that we don't know. And salam alaikum, salam que always. I hope that you guys understood what I tried to explain. And I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Be blessed like always. Stay safe. I send you my blessings. Peace.